Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. You've tuned in for another edition of Fire Your MD Now. The call-in number for this station today, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. And, of course, 24/7 on the World Wide Web at fireyourmdnow.com. Now, you got to hold off on your calls until the second half of today's show, because in the first half of today's show, we are very, very lucky. I'm going to introduce my guest in just a moment. We are talking about business today. It is all business all day long. And if you have testimonials, if you're a longevity listener and you have testimonials about income health, about increasing your wealth, increasing your net worth, increasing your daily, weekly, or monthly income, using a longevity home-based business, then give us a call today. I'd like to keep it today to business stuff all day long. I know, it's hard to not ask the health question, but every once in a while we have to feed this engine. We have to feed this animal, because Dr. Wallach set longevity up on purpose as a networked business, on purpose as a networked business, to fund a grassroots coalition of the informed. We're building an army of sorts, right, of informed individuals, of people who know what we know about healthcare and who help to spread our message of science-based healthcare recovery through science-based, clinically verified, holistic medical nutrition to their friends and family and church members and community members, because the MDs have completely let us down. The MDs have completely, dumped us off on the side of the road, and their profession currently is the leading cause of death in the United States, but also, imagine this, the leading cause of bankruptcy. It's like the 1-2 punch, right? First they bankrupt you, and then they kill you. And what do we do in response? Well, we keep paying them for access to them, even when we don't need them, in the form of monthly medical health insurance. And this is just crazy. The only reason that we do this is because we don't know any better. We don't know there's a different way. We certainly have no idea about medical nutrition, and we're struggling to pay the bills. We don't have time to figure all this stuff out. Most of us, especially in an economy like we've had in the last 4 years, are struggling just to keep the mortgage paid, keep the kids in school, keep food on the table, keep the house cooled in the summer, keep the house heated in the winter. We don't have time to figure all of this, social architecture stuff out. Well, have no fear. Longevity is here, because not only do we have a method to help you recover your health, but we also have a method to help you recover your wealth. To help you recover your wealth, because many people, the majority of people in this country right now, have a serious vitamin M deficiency, That's right, folks, money. We're talking about it today because you need it. I need it. Everybody needs it. And what better person to help us talk about this than someone who's had actual boots on the ground experience with this whole financial concept his entire life. I'd like to introduce to you today the Vice President of Leadership Development in the Longevity Company, Mr. Mike Randolph. Mike, welcome aboard.
Hey, Doc. How's it going? It is an absolute honor and a pleasure to be here today. I've got goosebumps everywhere. You're talking about a grassroots coalition. You're talking about increasing people's awareness of a better way to do things. I'm sitting here making notes because there are two sides to longevity. There is the health awareness side, and there is also a financial and business awareness side. And I get equally fired up about both halves.
Yeah, well, as you should, right? Now, we've been talking about health all the time here. It seems like 24/7. So I'd like to interject today's show with talk about wealth. And, no BS here, man. You know how we roll on this show. It's all straightforward. We don't screen the calls. We don't screen the testimonials. If people call in and the products don't work, they tell us. If people call in and the products do work, they tell us whatever. We're real upfront, 100% unadulterated information here. So from your vantage point, what's going on with Youngevity and how long, well, first of all, why don't you tell the listening audience how long you've actually been involved with network marketing and with Youngevity?
Well, Doc, about 22 years ago, I was introduced to the network marketing industry. I was a golden child, a star in corporate America. I couldn't do anything wrong, but I did start to feel the pressure of that thumb. I didn't know what was going on. I had been so brainwashed into thinking the only way to achieve anything was through the job. I was fighting for the title. I couldn't wait to get the next business card with the new title on it. And that all came to a crashing close when there was a little burp in the economy. And I know that a lot of our listeners today have suffered through some burps in the economy. Thank goodness I was introduced to network marketing, and just over 20 years ago, this has been my sole source of income, my sole livelihood. I have gone through periods where I was scared to death. I've gone through periods with tremendous success. I've gone through some pretty epic failures, but there is no time that I ever regretted making that move, because getting away from that corporate America system, those JOBs and that 9-to-5 structure where you're working 40 hours a week for 40 years to build someone else's dream, when you actually realize that your success or failure is based purely on your own volition, let me tell you, that freedom is exciting. It's a little scary, but you know what? Once you fully understand it, you will never go back. I have not gone back in 20 years, and I'll tell you, I am a better person today because of it.
Well, it's an interesting thing to talk about because we don't often look at it this way. And what I like to do, one of my strengths, I think, is taking a step back and surveying the terrain and just communicating to people what's going on from a greater perspective. And really, if you're an employee of a corporation, it's the corporation's duty. It is the corporation's legal and fiscal duty to take care of their shareholders, to increase the net worth of the company so that their shareholders make more and more money each year, right? That's what their job is. Now, how are they going to do that? How is a company going to increase its net worth? It's going to pay its employees as little as possible. So if you work for corporate America, it is your boss's job to pay you as little as possible. Now, they're going to give you a little bit of a raise every couple of years just to, keep dangling that carrot in front of you. But really, from the greater perspective, it is the job of your boss to pay you as little as possible. And that's a very interesting thing to think about. And quite frankly, from my point of view, it's much more scary to be involved with that type of a financial income situation than it is to be involved with a self-starting home-based business, especially if it's inside the Youngevity company. Now, Mike, you've been with Youngevity for how many years now?
Well, just over a year. The company that I was with prior to Youngevity, I'd been with since 2005. We merged with Youngevity almost exactly a year ago. And I got to tell you, it has been a fantastic experience. We have got, I believe, the greatest corporate team and the greatest field leader team in the industry, because everyone involved with this company from a corporate perspective has been out in the field. We all started in the same place where we just had us and a compensation plan and some products. And we built from the ground up. There's no leadership in our company that's just been appointed. Traditional corporate America, people are appointed into leadership positions and then they dictate to folks that they oversee purely from a position of title and perhaps even in a position of entitlement. Here, everyone earns their stripes the same way. You do not make it to the upper levels in our field leadership or in our corporate leadership without going through the paces and without going through what it takes to work your way up. And with that experience comes a lot of humility, comes a lot of wisdom, and when everyone shares that bond, we're like one big giant family, thousands and thousands of people from all different places, all different creeds, all different religions, all different colors, but we're all one big giant family because we're all pointed in the same direction, and we want to win.
Yeah, you got to love it. And ladies and gentlemen, just to put this in perspective here, Youngevity is a corporation, and it's a publicly traded corporation now. You can buy stock in Youngevity on the International Stock Exchange. And because of Youngevity is set up as a network marketing business, because that's the business structure. It's a network marketing business. The way that network marketing works is the fortune of the company, the profits of the company, the stock value of the company goes up in direct proportion to how well its distributors do. So, to complete the analogy that I started at the top of this segment, because Youngevity is a network marketing company, it's their job to pay their distributors, their employees, quote unquote. They're not really employees, but for all intensive purposes, it's the people that are working for the company. It's their job to pay the distributors as much as is humanly possible. Because the more successful the distributors are, the more successful the company is, and this is exactly the opposite. It's exactly the opposite of the way that it is in corporate America. And when you can get that, when you can get just that simple concept that the nuts and bolts structure of this company demands that they make you successful, then, oh my God, you are all in. And I got to tell you, we're going to... Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your friendly neighborhood naturopath. Joining us today is Mike Randolph. We're talking about all business today. And if you have a money testimonial, a financial testimonial based on your experience with Youngevity, give us a call. We're going to be taking these testimonials in the last half of the show. That call-in number, 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. And if you're listening to the podcast, not when the show is, when we've gone, when we're not live anymore, and you'd like health information, you'd like information about the Youngevity products or the business opportunity, then give my friendly associates a call. That toll-free number, 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. Now, Mike Randolph is the Vice President of Leadership Development at the Youngevity Company. He's been a network marketer for over 2 decades. Been with his company, FDI, merged with Youngevity about a year ago. And in that 12 months, the Youngevity Company has grown 1,100%. Mike, what's up with that?
Well, you know what? When you get a bunch of people in one lane, pointed in one direction, sharing the same story, yours and Dr. Wallach's story that has been going on for decades. And, of course, it takes some timing. There's a critical mass. It seems that when enough people get sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke, that people start paying attention. You know, we're kind of entering a little bit of a renaissance right now. You're helping to expose the misinformation on the health and wellness side of things. And the other half of Youngevity, we're here to expose the misinformation on the business and the financial side of things. As confused and, dare I say, brainwashed as people are about their health, they're even more brainwashed about the way you make money and the way you get ahead. The American dream has become just trying to keep up with the Joneses and trying to make those monthly payments. Doc, corporate America has lied to everyone out there. They've convinced us that the only way to make money is to trade our time for money. They've convinced us that the only way to get ahead is to climb on the necks and the backs of people around us. They've convinced us that there's only one way, and that is to play by someone else's rules. We're here to change that. Here at Youngevity, we want to replace ourselves. It's not like a JOB. When you get that JOB, the first thing you start doing is trying to make yourself irreplaceable. You try to hoard all the information. You pile all the sand in your corner of the sandbox in hopes that somehow, some way, you become irreplaceable to the company. You could never be fired. You can never be laid off. Those of you that have been laid off, you know there is no such thing as irreplaceable. But here at Youngevity, what I do is to teach people how to become replaceable, how to replace themselves, how to duplicate themselves, and ultimately how to leverage the efforts of others. Hundreds of years ago, billionaires, well, we're talking about the Rockefellers and the J. Paul Gettys, they understood that the only way to get ahead financially was to leverage the efforts of others instead of trying to do everything themselves. Henry Ford did it perfectly when he invented the assembly line. He leveraged the efforts of hundreds and thousands of people and started building cars faster, better. In fact, the Model T today still, Doc, is in the top 10 of all-time sales of cars. They sold millions of those things.
Isn't that crazy?
And we kind of forget that. It's all about the system. It's all about plugging in. It's all about leverage. It's all about shedding your corporate America mindset and realizing that if you really want freedom, you know what? It's on you. But the nice thing is your success is on you. Your failure's on you. There's no one on the outside that can stop you. And we call that freedom.
Well, it's a good point, Mike, and you make it well. Now I've been with the Longevity for about 3.5 years now. Of course, I've known Dr. Wallach for 25 years, and my experience of Longevity since the addition of FDI, since these two companies have merged, what I see FDI bringing to the table here inside of the Longevity franchise is business support, business training, and business development. And we were sorely lacking that all by ourselves with the Longevity. Now that Longevity, with Dr. Wallach's health message, has teamed up with FDI and the incredible amount of business support, training, and leadership that's in the field right now, oh my God, this is a perfect marriage. And it's happening at a time in the history of our country where we need it so very, very desperately. It's like the perfect storm, except it's the perfect storm of health and wealth. Mike, can you stick around for another 14 minutes?
I am here as long as you need me, Doc.
I'm looking forward to it. Ladies, Dr. Peter Glidden here. It's Business Tuesday. We have the Vice President of Leadership Development at Longevity, Mr. Mike Randolph, with us. And, folks, if you've ever gone to the ATM machine, put that card in, punched in your PIN, and there's no money available in your account, if you've ever been embarrassed with, going to pay for your bill at the restaurant, going to pay for your checkout at the hotel, and the card doesn't go through because, oops, not enough money in the account, then this is your lucky day. Because we are talking about pragmatic, boots on the ground, real things you can do right now in order to remarkably increase your vitamin M, the money that you have in your bank. Is this a pipe dream? No. Is this fast and easy money? No. Is this a pyramid scheme? No. Pyramid schemes, by the way, are legal. This is a very solid business model. But I've got a confession to make, Mike, and I'm going to make it right here before you and the world right now. I knew Dr. Wallach 20 years ago. But I didn't pay any attention to Dr. Wallach 20 years ago, because all I knew about Dr. Wallach 20 years ago was he was a short little naturopathic doctor from the Midwest who had a network marketing company. I didn't know anything about Dr. Wallach's clinical experience. I didn't know anything about Dr. Wallach's research experience, and I certainly didn't know anything about the business structure of Longevity. But I got to tell you something, man. I had this built-in, a priori, negative prejudice against network marketing, and I have no idea where it came from. And in the last 3 years, I am humbled every time I get a check in the mail from Longevity because, oh my God, it is not like any other network marketing company. And, it's easy. You don't have to load your garage, folks. You don't have to chase all your friends away. You don't have to buy hundreds of dollars of product every month. By the way, as a matter of fact, Longevity is, I believe, one of the very few network marketing companies that does not require you to buy anything at all any month. The only time you have to put money down if you're a Longevity distributor is a $10 membership fee, number one. And number two, once it profits you to buy product every month, then you buy product in order to get paid. But if it doesn't profit you to do that, you don't have to do it. Not all businesses are created equal, ladies and gentlemen. Not all franchises are the same. A Taco Bell franchise is quite a bit different from a McDonald's franchise, is quite a bit different from owning a T-Mobile store, right? These are all different business models. Well, it's the same inside of network marketing. They are all different. They all have different compensation plans. And Youngevity's is awesome, and I'd like to talk about that now, Mike. Let's talk about how many different ways Youngevity has to pay its distributors.
Well, I got to tell you, Doc, you get me excited because this is one of the most fun topics. First of all, let's just point out to everyone, you know, corporate America is paying you one way. They usually pay you for putting in your time. Funny thing, if you punch the clock, you guys are the lucky ones because if you put a little extra time in, you're going to get a little extra money. But you're still just trading time for money. If you're on a salary, you can put in all kinds of extra time, and they don't pay you any extra money. But that was a trap that I fell into years ago. But here at Youngevity, we pay based on results. And that's an amazing thing. Time has nothing to do with it. If you achieve a certain result, all you have to do is look up on the compensation schedule, and that's what you're going to get paid. If it takes you a year to get that result, great. If it takes you a month, a week, or a day, or an hour to get that result, you're still going to get paid. There's absolutely no limit. But we pay basically two different ways. One is it's all based on the sales of product. I mean, this is a company, we sell product. And just like any other product company, the way we make money is by selling the product. The product needs to have value. I think that you share that so very well. We don't even need to address that. But we employ some leverage. As you build a network, in other words, you can bring additional folks into the organization. You can bring customers to the table. You can bring independent marketing directors to the table. And you can make money every time you have one of your customers that purchases a product or anyone in your network. When they purchase a product, you're also going to make a little bit of money. That's the way true entrepreneurialism works. We're going to give you some residual income, and I love residual income. It's simple to describe. You're going to get paid month after month after month after month after month for something you do one time. You bring a customer to the table. These products are so fantastic. They're going to purchase them month after month after month. Every time they purchase a product, you're going to make some money. When you bring independent marketing directors to the table, they're going to bring customers to the table. You're going to make money on that as well. There are some bonuses that we have that are based on growth. See, we're building an army. You already said this, Doc. We're building an army. So we're going to incent everyone to go out there and grow. We love stabilization, but in our business, boy, if you're not growing, you're dying. So we are growing like crazy right now, and we're motivating people through different kinds of bonuses and incentives as they bring new customers to the table. And you know what? If you could bring one customer to the table, that's great. But if you can go out there and find another independent marketing director and they can bring 100 customers to the table, that's even better. Talk about the ultimate leverage of other people, and you give everyone exactly the same opportunity. I don't know where it is in America where the true level playing field is, Doc. I mean, I know that one of your big gripes is in the world of medicine, a naturopath isn't given the same opportunity as an MD.
Yeah, it's absolutely correct. And you know, this is just, I guess, how it is in life, right? That, you know, the people who have everything tend to hold on to everything, and the rest of us are just scrambling around for the crumbs. And really, when I really took an objective look, you know, a non-emotional, unbiased as I possibly could, objective look at how Youngevity pays people and what it takes to be paid by Youngevity, I was all in. It all boils down to simple mathematics, folks. And listen, we talk about this. I talk about this on the radio show every day. Everybody in this country is sick. Everybody in this country is sick. Why is everybody sick? Because everybody goes to the MD when they're sick. And irony of ironies, the therapeutics that the MDs are trained in are completely incapable of helping you to recover your health. The therapeutics that the MDs are trained in are only able to help you manage your disease. So every couple of years, the meds got to be increased, the meds got to be changed, your situation goes from bad to worse, and you're at the mercy of the MD who is delivering an inferior product to you, but you don't know there's any difference. So you're sick, your brothers are sick, your sisters are sick, your family's sick, everybody is sick. The only reason everybody is sick is because everybody goes to MDs, and the only reason everybody goes to MDs is because they don't know any better. Well, who's your customer if you're a longevity owner? Everybody, because everybody's sick. I mean, this is not, a super juice company. This is not some fly-by-night, crazy company that's just made up a product out of thin air. This is real, science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition, stuff that consistently produces results time after time. And from a business point of view, it's a no-brainer because everybody's your customer. Now, to be successful as a longevity distributor, do you have to go to medical school? No. Do you have to read a lot of books? No. Do you have to attend seminars? No. The only thing that you need to do to be successful as a longevity distributor is to learn how to lend a CD. You don't need to become the expert. You take people to the expert. You don't have to become the chef. You take people to the restaurant. You don't have to become the artist. You take people to the museum. And in this metaphor, what we're taking people to is Dr. Wallach's Dead Doctors Don't Lie CD, Dr. Glidden's Healing is Easy CD, and then the webinars that I produce, live webinars that I produce twice a week. So all that you need to do to be successful in this business is hand out 10 CDs a week. 10 CDs a week to people that are suffering in your community. And here's what you say to them. Listen, man, I know a doctor that says you don't have to suffer with that. If I lend you this CD, will you listen to it? That's it. That's like a 30-second pitch. I met a 12-year-old kid in Salt Lake City about 3-4 months ago. He's 12 years old. He's 12 years old. He learned how to do this simple CD delivery method, just hand it out. He went all around his neighborhood, enrolled his sister, who helped him. She went around the neighborhood on her scooter, lending out the CDs to all their neighbors. And then they collect the CDs and invite people to an event where Dr. Glidden or Dr. Wallach or Mike Randolph or Steve Schultz or Bill Andreoli or somebody in the company gives a presentation, either about the business opportunity or the health opportunity. And that's it. Now this kid's making over $400 a month. He's 12 years old. He's 12 years old. Folks, if a 12-year-old can do it, you can do it. Why? Because our enrollment method, our method of getting this message is so simple and easy to do that anybody can do it. And when it comes to network marketing, that's the key, baby, because you have to have thousands of people in your network. And how are you going to get thousands of people? Well, you're going to get it with an easy enrollment method. You know how easy the enrollment method is? This company has grown 1,100% in this economy with people using the easy enrollment method. You lend the CD, you recover the CD, you invite to an event. You lend the CD, you recover the CD, you invite to an event. And then, you go to your mailbox, and longevity, actually, you can be paid. You can get a check every day from the longevity company if you work at it. And this is and like Mike was talking about, this business is completely itinerant. It depends on how much time and energy you want to put into it. You want to do it part-time, great. You want to do it semi-part-time, great. You want to do it full-time, great. You want to do it triple overtime, even better. But you determine how well your business thrives. And now that we've teamed up with longevity, oh my God, the business support that we have in the field is phenomenal. Steve Schultz right now, where is Steve Schultz? He's like doing this crazy thing all across the country right now, right, Mike?
He is somewhere between, I'm not sure. I saw him in Denver. I know he was somewhere in Kansas, and he's headed somewhere else now. I got to tell you, we, talk about duplicating ourselves and talk about the right team. I mean, we have the best of the best of the best in corporate, out in the field. We're starting to get the kind of attention that companies only dream about, and that's the kind of press that's positive. It's the kind of press that's free. It's the kind of press that's good. And, we have life-changing testimonials, not only on the product side. Those, by the way, just completely blow me away. When you give your body what it needs, how amazing and how resilient our bodies are. But on the financial side, over the weekend, we literally gave away a brand new Porsche Carrera S4 convertible. Some companies out there, they have car bonuses where they say, okay, you got to drive this pink car or this car with a big sign on it. We're going to make you buy it yourself, and we'll feed you a few bucks, and they call that a car bonus. Well, we have a car bonus where it starts out at $300 a month, goes up to $1,000 a month, and then if you achieve the Dream Car bonus, we just give you the car. Here's the car, here's the keys, here's the title. Fill it with gas. From that point you're on your own. Fill it with gas, and go have a good time.
You gotta love it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. Sitting in with me today, Mike Randolph. Don't touch that dial. We're coming back just as soon as you can say, make me rich. Are you excited, folks? You should be. We're talking about vitamin M today. It keeps you warm in the winter, keeps you cool in the summer, keeps food on the table. Of course, it's money. We all need it. Nobody likes to talk about it. We've got all this Catholic guilt wrapped up around it. God only knows why. We believe that the only people really that, should be wealthy in this country are people that have always been wealthy. It's like where we still have, I think, ingrained in our DNA this nonsense from when there were kings and queens running around and they had all the power, self-ordained, God-ordained, rich people, and everybody else has to scrabble for the scraps. Well, guess what? You don't have to do that. Is a longevity network marketing business an overnight success, pie in the sky, easy money scheme? No, it's not. It's not easy. It's not hard, though. Quite frankly, I think a 9 to 5 is much harder than a longevity business. And, oh, by the way, there's 2 levels of membership at longevity. The introductory level is $10. It's a $10 membership. So the most money you could possibly lose by trying on a longevity business for size is $10. Folks, you do not know what you don't know. And when it comes to money, the stuff that you don't know will keep you poor. And we're here to shed some light on this. I'm talking with Mike Randolph today, the Vice President of Leadership Development at the Longevity Company. Now, Mike, you just came back from a big business training in Colorado. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we call it a CEO leadership retreat. It's you mentioned one entry-level position. We call that IMD. That's $10. I mean, if you want to stick your toe in the water and see if this business is right for you, definitely a way to come. But if you're serious about getting ahead, if you're serious about changing your life, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke, then you want to come in at what we call CEO level. And just like in corporate America, that title, CEO, comes with a lot of perks. Of course, our company has thousands and thousands and thousands of CEOs, and they all have the same opportunity. They all can exercise stock options. They can all drive free cars. They can all do all of these things. They just have to make the commitment to themselves. And we do a training every single quarter. This past one happened to be in Denver, Colorado. We had hundreds of people in the room. And let me tell you, the training at these events isn't about the product. That's what Dr. Glidden goes on the road for. That's what Dr. Wallach goes on the road for. This is about changing mindset and getting people to understand what leadership really is, what corporate America really isn't. We talk about the things that we have to change in ourselves to get ahead. Most people think that all that change is on the outside, that I need to go out and I need to learn more about this and this and this. No, you need to learn more about you, because in our business, the only thing that holds you back is you. The business plan is so simple. You've already gone through 98% of it. You invite, you expose, and you close. You get someone to join the business as a customer or as an independent marketing director. And I'll tell you, if a 12-year-old can do it on their scooter, anyone can do it.
Yeah.
The challenge is, are you going to embrace the changes you have to make within yourself. You have to shed yourself of the brainwashing. Doc, it's really not much different than realizing the importance of good nutrition and affecting the systems of your body and eliminating those nasty things that so many of us are going through. You know, during one of the breaks, there was during the news. It was actually before your show started. I'm listening to the news, and in the news, Doc, by 2030, it's predicted that half of this country will be obese by 2030. That's what, 18 years from now?
Yeah, it's
by
crazy.
2030.
It's crazy. You know, and we have the solution that not even Oprah knows. And with 1 minute left in this segment, Mike, let's wrap it up. What do you want the listening audience to know about the longevity opportunity?
What I want people to take away from this is, if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke, if you were praying on your knees last night for a way out, if Sunday night you were sick to your stomach because you knew you had to go back to that job on Monday morning, you know what? It's time to make a change. It's time to reach for something more. It's time to put a little faith in yourself and take that step and become part of longevity.
Gotta love it. Mike Randolph, Vice President of Leadership Development. Let's make this a weekly segment, Mike. Had a great time. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in one more time. Thank you for your support. Check me out at fireyourmdnow.com and click on the longevity tab. Join us, because we need you, your country needs you, your family needs you. I'll see you tomorrow.